Hello everyone, welcome to Aditya Birla's Health Insurance's Health from Home series. And today we kickstart the new Health from Home series weekend special where you get to enjoy health sessions every Saturday morning. I am Sucheta, the Zumba ambassador for India, and you will be joining me today for a taste of Zumba and Zumba Centao. So enjoy. Zumba Fitness is a dance fitness program which is easy, fun and effective and currently being taught in 186 countries. The beautiful part about this format is that anyone and everyone can do it. It is generally a 60-minute session. You get to travel the world through music and of course different formats of dance, whether it's merengue, it's salsa, it's reggaeton, African, you name it and we have it. And the best part is that you're going to burn between 500 to 800 calories in every session. All the classes are conducted by licensed Zumba instructors, even today where virtually you can attend a Zumba virtual class. But today we're going to go to a little bit of a different format of Zumba, together with Zumba of course, which is called Zumba Centao. So we're going to have some fun with Zumba. And Zumba Centao is a format of Zumba which is done with a chair, where the chair becomes a prop, it becomes a gym equipment, it becomes your support system. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Here we go, let's get started. I am going to of course get into a warm-up and then take you through the routines. Generally in a Zumba fitness class, we do not break down any steps, but I know that many of you, it would be your first time. So give you a little taste of it. I'm going to show you a few fitness moves so that you're comfortable. And also make sure that you groove it when I do the routines with you. So let's get this party started. So no fitness regime, no exercise hour should start without a warm-up and shouldn't end without a cool down. Very important to get our blood flowing, increase our body temperature, and of course to protect us from injuries. In a Zumba fitness class, you will notice that we spend a lot of time on warm-up. So making sure that our major muscle groups, whether it is our bicep, triceps, our pectorals, that is our chest area, the lower region of our body, which is our quadriceps, our hamstrings, our glutes, basically your hip and your legs, your torso, everything is warmed up. We do something called a step touch, which is just a step and a touch and a step and a touch and a step and a touch. And with this, we're going to add some arms to make sure that your heart rate starts pumping. Of course, there will be some dynamic movement, which is side to side movements, front and back movements, and targeting the major muscle groups. We're going to get into some toning body weight exercises. Again, the squats and the lunges. Yep. So here we go. Let's get started with Aditya Birla's Health Insurance's Health from Home series.
Hey, now you wonderful, oh yeah.
Shoot it there.
beautiful combination of rhythms from Latin America, and they are cumbia and of course reggaeton. Reggaeton is super high intensity, cumbia is low intensity. Cumbia comes from Colombia, it's a folk dance from there, and what happens in this particular routine is that we do a step which came from slaves during the colonial times in Colombia. And what they used to do is make a bonfire, and at night after a hard day's work they used to dance around that, but they still had chains across their ankles. So it was almost like they couldn't literally lift their feet, but they had to drag it. So this step is called sleepy leg, and it goes a step and a drag, step, drag, step, drag, step, other side, step, drag, step, drag, step, drag. Very nice. Now if you see, my hips were slightly lifted up, and now I'm going to also add a little rotation, squeezing that core. This is a beautiful low intensity rhythm with a lot of work on the core. So we're going to try this again. We're going to go step and step, rotate, step, rotate, step, other side, step, rotate, step, rotate, step, rotate, step, rotate. You got it. Now for the second step, it's going to be reggaeton, again high intensity, and it's almost like you are stomping the floor. So you're going to go stomp, 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 stomp. Now give me a single, single, double, single, single, double, double. Now if this is the first time that you're trying out Zumba fitness and these moves, don't worry. When you do this regularly with licensed instructors from across the world, it's going to be super easy in just 3 classes, trust me. Okay, now that you've got it, you're going to go boom, pa, 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 3 times. Yeah, so the variation now becomes 3. You're going to go boom, ta, la, na, na. The song goes blah blah blah. The name of the song is blah blah blah, right? It's super fun. A little variation and a number of steps, and you have got it. Now we're gonna try it with music. Here we go. I'm gonna play a song, and this is gonna be fantastic.
Lo atómico del swing. Uno lo que hablar es tú, rompiendo bocina pa' abajo.
Awesome. Good job. Jeez, I know there are many first timers, and I hope after this session you're going to go and attend the many Zumba virtual classes offered by licensed Zumba instructors across India and the world. But for now, if you are a first timer, a beginner, I'm going to get into some very easy moves, and I'm going to show you something which is called Bachata move, and I'm also going to show you something which is a very good inspiration from Africa. So it's an African move, right? For the Bachata move, you have to do nothing. You just have to step 2 times to your right and 2 times to your left. So just move 1 and a 2, you can do that, and a 1 and a 2, again, and a 1 and a 2, and 1 and a 2. Now I want you to wave your arms and click. Ready? Here we go. Boom, ba, click. Now notice what am I doing with my hip. When I finish the step, I do a little hip twist to the side, yes? Now, if you want to make this super effective, it's a low intensity move, but it works crazy in this region, the core. The core is nothing but your torso, right? So cut off your limbs, whatever is left is your core. So really squeeze it in like someone is twisting you from inside, and now work with this move. One more time. La, la, la. Click, and good job. Now this move has a little variation, because after this move we're going to also get into a fun hip twist. So I'm just going to bend down, and then I'm going to twist and twist. You see it in the song. It's super fun. And there is one more move, but I'm going to show you right now. We will do it with the routine because you can. So here we go. the whole purpose of the Health from Home series, is that anyone and everyone can do it. So you are on the right track with Aditya Birla's Health Insurance's Health from Home series, and here we go with the second routine. Now this one is going to get your heart rate pumping for sure. And listen, if I can, you can. I am actually an engineer turned Zumba fitness professional. If I can, you can. I am also a C-section mama. I am a new mom. I just gave birth. It's been just 6 months. My baby is 6 months old. So again, if I can, you can. So let's get up and let's get this party started with an African routine, right? So in this, you will see a move which goes like this. We're going to have our feet together, and we're going to step back with our right foot and step back with our left foot, and then go double on our right. Okay, so double, double, and then again a single, single, double, double. Now do you notice that when what I'm doing with my hands, I'm not going to talk during the routine, but I'm going to show what we're supposed to do with my hand gestures, right? So that would mean two, that would mean two. Got it? Good job. Now with this, we're going to open up our chest and with the arms swing back. So look at this. We're going to go single, single, and double, double, and single, single, and double, double. Yes, looks good. Now that was one move that we're going to try in this song. The other one is going to be our feet wide apart. We're going to place our palms back, and then we're going to bend down. Push our hips back, bend our knees, keep it really soft, and we're going to turn side to side. We're going to go single, single, double, open our chest using our shoulders and our elbows again. Single, single, double, and single. Add some move to it. It's going to be fun. And single, single, double. And that's how the steps will progress. You got it. Let's get this started. doing wonderfully well. You are acing Aditya Birla's Health Insurance's Health from Home series. Give yourselves a round of applause. So now to the next routine, which is again using this chair, and you're going to use this as a support system to do some body weight exercises, which is going to be a squat and a lunge. Make sure that when you're doing a squat, just imagine that you're going to sit on a very low chair. So when you sit on a very low chair, you don't sit by protruding your knees in front. You don't sit like that. You push your glutes back, right? You push your hips back and you try to sit on that low chair. Also notice that my knees are exactly aligned on my toes. They do not come in, they do not go out. It's always in alignment, and also my back is neutral. It's not curved and it's not arched. So take care of those things and you're sorted with a squat. Now, with the support of this, especially if you are beginners to any kind of body weight exercises, we're going to get into a lunge. A lunge is nothing like, where you have to think too much, no rocket science. Imagine you're going to propose to someone and you're just going to get down on your knees. That's it. We're going to get into a wide stance. So if you're standing like this together, just bring your one foot back and just get into a lunge as you're going to propose to someone. And keep your torso a little bit bent to the front and then coming up again. Now, beautiful part about this exercise with the chair is that you can get support, so that's very, very helpful. Okay, so we're going to get into a lunge again, nice and strong one. We're going to go boom, pa, boom, pa. Other side, same thing. Here we go. Ready? Okay, and you got it. Okay, so this routine will have these two body weight exercises. Let's do it.
Moviendo hasta el suelo, mujer de mis sueños, sí, sabrosa bien para mí. Ella tiene algo que me pone loco, que no puedo mamacita ni contarte. Hasta con su camino fantasía elegante, como quiera quiero enamorarte. Dime lo que tú quieres hacer, no tenemos tiempo que perder. Soy el único testigo de esto, solo de esto será el amanecer. Ella tiene todo lo que soñé.
important that we stretch properly. And in Zumba fitness, we do something called static stretches, which is 10-second stretches and holding it for those 10-12 seconds. So of course we're going to do it with a song, but right now let me quickly go through the stretches. It's very simple. Our biceps. So if you don't know, this is a stretch for your biceps. This is a stretch for your biceps. Beautiful. If you have to stretch your triceps, you simply take your arms behind and pull your elbow back. Yes, the other side. I'm going to go slightly faster because of course I know that you've got it, and we're going to do a few of them with a song. If I take it across my arm, across my chest, that would be a shoulder stretch. Very, very nice. So breathe always through your stretches. I hope you really enjoyed this session. This was just a taste. Zumba fitness is taught 60 minutes non-stop. So do go and experience it for sure. If I bring my arms forward in a hug, what am I stretching? My back. Absolutely. Again, I'm not holding it for 10 seconds. It's just a demonstration. And if I pull it back, it's going to stretch my front, right? So my chest. Okay, perfect. If I want to stretch my glutes, I'm simply going to pick one knee up and stretch. Yeah, that would really stretch my glutes. If I bring my one foot forward, that would stretch, of course, as you know, my hamstrings. Of course, other side. And last bit, my quadriceps. If I pull my knee to my butt, that's going to stretch the front of your legs, the thighs, or what we call the quadriceps. Great. Here we go with a song. I hope you enjoyed this little taste of Zumba and Zumba Centao. Please have a great weekend, because this was an amazing start with Aditi Birla's Health Insurances Health from Home series. And don't forget to tune in next Saturday. This is Sucheta, Zumba Ambassador for India, signing off.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aditi Govitrikar and welcome to Aditya Birla Health Insurance's Health from Home Weekend Specials. Lockdown, work from home, physical and mental health, COVID 19 has changed our lives, hasn't it? But what about those who have bravely fought COVID and have gone through immense physical pain and mental stress? Today we have with us Kritika Singh from Delhi and Mr. Sunil Shukla from Mumbai, the real fighters who have come out successfully from this disease called COVID 19. A warm welcome to you, Kritika and Sunil.
Thank you, Dr. Aditi, for having us here.
Thank you for being here with us. So, Sunil, tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey.
Yeah, myself is Sunil Shukla. I'm from Mumbai. I'm working in Grand Hyatt as a chef. My hobby is of cooking foods, and basically I love quantity food. So I love to eat from childhood. I was like to play cricket, many things, indoor, outdoor games. But basically, finally decided to cook the food only because many time I cook food at home. So I decided this is the right path for me. So I started cooking. And then I did my hotel management from Goa, and finally I went to London, Napier University. I completed my final year from there. Then I came here, and 2011 I started my career in Grand Hyatt, Mumbai.
Okay, that's brilliant because it's great to have your passion and your profession to be one. That really helps in life, right? Otherwise, there's always this dichotomy that my passion is this, but I have to work in this field, so that's never a good idea. So that's great that your these two things kind of collapsed. Kritika, what about you? What has been your journey like?
Yeah. So my name is Kritika Singh. I'm from Delhi and I'm a baker by profession. So I've been baking since the past 10 years or so, but I decided to take it up professionally in 2018. Before that, I was working with KPMG. I was in the corporate sector, but eventually I realized that, that wasn't my thing, and I decided to, take up my passion professionally as well. I've also been very interested in dance, and I used to learn Kathak when I was a kid. And recently, I was with a Meher Malik in Banjara School of Dance. So I got trained in belly dancing for 2.5 years in that. And this year, I had plans to expand, my business and go for further training in being a pastry chef. But then COVID happened, and here I am talking to you. So yeah.
So when you took up baking as a profession, were you professionally trained that time, or you just decided that okay, this is my passion, I'm going to jump into it?
So I'm a self-taught baker up till
Wow.
now. I've been baking since 10 years, so I know quite a bit about it. But eventually, I thought it would be good, to be professionally trained and skilled with it. So I have already enrolled myself in a course, but that got deferred because of COVID. So yeah, I'm desperately waiting for everything to be normal.
And what is your specialty, if I may ask?
Special, sorry?
What is your specialty in when you bake?
Okay, so created cookies using real edible flowers. So it wasn't anything artificial. I, sourced some pure, fresh, real edible flowers, combined them with shortbread cookies, and I created a dish, and that got a great response in Delhi.
Oh, that's amazing. Do hope that you spread very quickly all over the country so that we also get to taste the goodies that you bake.
Thank you.
Now, now, Sunil, given that you had COVID, how was your relationship with your family? How did that pan out?
That's a panic situation. Like you can't able to meet someone. Like this is the COVID. The virus is you have positive, but your partner, your family, your father, mother can't help you. He can't touch you. Like can't do anything. You have to do your own alone. You have to do everything. Like when I get positive, before that only when I was in high fever, that time only on 1st of June I was isolated to my bedroom. Uh, it's almost 1 month. I'm not able to hug my daughter. It feels so sad. She was standing next door to me. She was calling me, Dada, I want to talk to you, but I'm not able to talk to her.
Wow,
It
so
was,
it's been a month since you've hugged her. Oh
Yes,
my God. Wow.
my
Okay.
daughter, like when my wife standing beside her at the corner, she was starting crying. Like it was like an emotional thing to her. Like father and daughter like talking to each other from long distance. Like we have 10 feet distance because she is very small. Like she said, like she's 5 year old, and I don't want to hurt her. So that's why I told her to take far away from me so we can talk easily. Whenever you come, take a mask, gloves, whatever you want to wear it, and we talk around. So we are talking since like 1 month like this only. I'm doing extra isolation because I'm not still well.
Hmm.
That's why I'm doing extra 2 more weeks of isolation in my home only. So I don't want to take any chance uh, to pass around or to pass my neighbors or to pass to my family. I self decided to take more 2 weeks in isolation.
So you went into isolation pretty much when you figured that you had fever and you had some breathing difficulty. So even before you were tested positive, you put yourself in quarantine, is it?
Yes,
Okay, I think that was a good measure that you took because that pretty much prevented you from infecting the other family members in that sense. So that's a good call. I must applaud you for it. And it must be heartbreaking because I know how difficult it must be given she's only 5 not to even meet her. But I guess you're right that it is for her benefit. So very soon I'm sure you will be able to, unite with her and enjoy the bond, as a father and daughter, and she will appreciate it as well going forward. Yes,
thank you so much.
right. So tell me, Kritika, how did you find out that you were positive, and what did you do after that?
Yeah. So last month, I started showing symptoms like fever, congestion, fatigue, and body ache. The level of body ache and fatigue was enormous. So by that time, मेरे दिमाग में ये thought थी कि maybe it's just normal viral because I did not go out at all, and there wasn't the slightest of doubt that it can be COVID. But after 5 or 6 days, I started showing a symptom of loss of taste and smell. So when I could not taste or smell anything, even the strongest of fragrances I could not smell, that is the time I thought it might be COVID, and I decided to get tested, and it came out to be positive the next day.
So then, what did you do after that?
So immediately I spoke to my doctor and I isolated myself without even before talking to him also, because it's really important for you to stay away from all the elders in your family and the other family members, even if you doubt that you have COVID. So I self isolated myself and I spoke to my family doctor, and according to his guidance, we booked a test at home and I got tested.
All right. And what about you, Mr. Sunil? How did you find out about you being positive?
Yeah, I was like on 29th of May. I feel like little choke up in my neck, and after that, at the same day, at the night, I got the fever of around 103, and then my body pains next day, then motions, diarrhea, chest pain. Like I have most of the fever, most of the test what we have in the COVID, and then doctor told me it like a virus, might be a viral or might be a COVID. So better we take a chance for 2 more days. If it is viral, then it will recover in 2 3 days. Then after 3 days also the body temperature increase 100 and 102. The fever is not going. So doctor suggested me to get the test. So on 4th of June I did my test, and 5th of June I got the report like positive.
And what went through your mind when you realized that you're positive?
The first was in my mind was on 5th of June was my birthday, and the same day I got my positive report. So my wife was standing in front of me, and she was asking me like what happened. Like I got the call from BMC, and he told me that your report is came positive. So she was smiling and said, "Nothing to worry. You are very young. Don't panic. You will get well soon." So I get the strength for my family as well. And on 3rd of June, my whole family was traveling to Allahabad. We are basically from UP.
Mhm.
So they're traveling from Allahabad. We have all the tickets of flight, but we have canceled my 4 tickets. My brother, me, and my wife, and my have daughter 5 years. So I isolated to myself in the next room. But after some time, In 3 or 4 days, my dad got also infected with this positive case like COVID. So on 9th of June, he also a COVID patient. So yeah, he was admitted to Lucknow in the hospital, and I was admitted to Bombay hospital.
Right. Right. And Kritika, what about your family members? Did any of them get tested?
Yes. So when my reports came out to be positive, we spoke to the doctor and just asked his advice that, I wasn't sure if I've already infected some of my family members or not. Because previously we were in touch. We were in touch. All of us were together before I started showing symptoms. So he recommended that, for the first time, each and every one of us should get tested. So yes, we all got tested.
Okay, and anybody tested positive?
Yes, my brother also tested positive,
Mhm.
but his symptoms were pretty mild
Mhm.
and they lasted only for 4 or 5 days. And it was mostly just fever and a bit of loss of taste and smell. But he automatically got okay in 4 or 5 days. So nothing major with him.
And then when the result came positive and it sunk that okay, I am COVID positive,
Yeah.
what was your reaction after it struck you?
Yeah. So there was a moment of silence among all of us. Nobody was really talking to each other because we all thought that what just happened. Nobody was expecting it to be positive because nobody stepped out of the house. But when it came out to be positive, then, eventually it sunk in that, you have to think logically and systematically on how to go about it. If the situation has come, you have to deal with it no matter what. So, yeah, then we just went by the guidelines of what the doctor was saying, isolated myself. All the family members were in their separate rooms. Nobody was meeting anybody, just to be doubly sure. And we maintained all the precautions.
Right. Sunil, you said that your father tested positive. What about
Yes.
the other family members? Did you go to the hospital? You said your father is admitted in a hospital, but what about the other family members? Were they also isolated? Right now, what is the situation?
When they are free now, like when they reach our native place, then my father get positive. So from their government, they have decided to test all the family members because one of the family member is positive. So might be we can't take a risk for the others also, because in that my brother's also 2 months old daughter and 5 year old daughter. So after like 3 4 days, the government side, all the doctors and the ambulances came and they did the test. And after 4 5 days, the report has came. So everything was normal. It's negative. So I was very happy because my mother is from a heart patient and she has a BP problem as well. And my dad also had diabetes patient.
Hmm. Okay. Kritika, were you admitted in the hospital even for a short period of time, or you just got tested at home and you stayed quarantined at home?
So I wasn't hospitalized because my doctor recommended, you need to stay at home right now because, if until and unless your symptoms are really severe and critical, that, the hospital treatment and equipments become necessary to your treatment. Until that time, I think it's preferable to stay at home only.
Right. So what routine did you follow? Did you change your pattern of um, food intake or sleep or exercise? Did you change that from, before being tested positive to after?
Yeah. So a lot of changes I made in my diet and my lifestyle during this period. Because of the breathing issues I was having, I started doing some exercises like Simha Kriya and Anulom Vilom because it increases your lung capacity and you can breathe better. Apart from that, I was having a protein-rich diet because this virus breaks down the proteins in your body. So you really need to have a lot of dals and egg whites and stuff which is higher in protein. Also, I started having more simple, plain cooked, home cooked food, and started having turmeric water, kada, and I used to take steam. I used to drink hot water throughout the day, and I also became very particular with my vitamin intake. I used to take vitamin C supplements and a multivitamin daily.
That's excellent. So nutritional, you took care with your nutrition by altering it so that it boosted your immunity.
Yes.
How did you handle your mental stress?
Wait,
Because you
wait.
were all alone.
Okay. So the mental stress is a different game altogether. I mean, these supplements and these treatments can, make you better physically, but mentally, you really have to work on your mental strength during this period, because you're so stressed about your health, and more than that, your family's health. And at the same time, if you're hospitalized and even if you're in under home quarantine, you cannot meet your family members. And during this time, you really need a family support. And on the contrary, you're isolated. So mental health, this period makes you more stronger mentally.
But did you take any steps to build it because you knew what the situation was? Uh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I used to listen to some music to calm my mind. And since I'm a baker by profession and I could not bake during this period, so I used to watch a lot of baking videos and recipes to make me, feel better.
Positive,
And
yeah.
I used to do video calling with my family members. That's the best I could do at that time. Other
Right.
than that, I was too low on energy to do anything, which involved a lot of stamina.
Correct.
So yeah.
Okay. What about you, Sunil?
Like after my discharging from hospital, I came back on 16th of June, and basically my hobby was cooking food, but I'm not able to cook food because I'm in the next room. So yes, I changed my diet. Like what Kritika Singh has told, like yes, the protein is very important thing,
Yeah.
and the first thing is like the vitamin D. The vitamin D play very important role in our body as well, because it supports your immunity power. So like my vitamin D is little low. I have 11 something. So doctor suggests me to have 10 weeks of vitamin D and some immunity powers. They've given me some vitamins, minerals, medicines, and I started my diet change. I started yoga. I never did yoga before. I was doing a gym, but I
Mhm.
never did yoga. I started my yoga.
Mhm.
Breathing power I have changed. Uh, Before my holding power was 30-35 seconds. Now I have 1 minute holding power
Wow.
in my yoga.
Wow. But what about your time in the hospital? What was your routine there?
Uh, my routine was very worst that time because I have like situation was very critical of mine because I have many of the symptom of COVID,
Hmm.
most of the symptom. So like few days, 5-6 days, my fever was not going. Diarrhea. Then after 5 days, I have oxygen level is going down. It was coming 89, 90, which is not good. Doctor told me it should be a 95 above or 95 somewhere. And then he's giving me oxygen for 2 days. And after a week, after saline, everything, antibiotic, vitamins, my everything, medicine was going on. They're checking my BPs, they're checking every day blood pressure, or they're taking a blood test also as well, CBC, many things.
Yeah.
Like 7 days, I was in the hell. But after after 7 days, I started recovering. Uh, Many of my friends, many of my family, they're praying for me. Get well soon.
Of
The
course.
sisters also there, the doctors, they're doing excellent job. The heads off, the doctors and the sisters, they're in the PP kit. They're not allowed for 5 hours. Drink, food, washroom, nothing. They can't do anything for 5 hours. They have duty for 5 hours. They have to be stay there. I've seen like they are not able to breathe also properly. All the vapors, like very like as a COVID person, I am feeling better, but she was not.
No, it's amazing how the doctors and nurses are doing such a fantastic job, given that COVID is so contagious. Yet they're out there on the front line battling the disease and helping others get better, the patients get better, right? Now, you did mention that your wife was your support, she was your mental strength. Since she was not around you in the hospital, where did you derive that strength from to say that, no, I'm going to fight this disease, I'm going to go home?
Uh, my wife called me thousand of times in my cell phone. She always tell me like, don't worry, you will be okay, you will be fine. And the sister and the doctor, they also supporting me because I know I have some pneumonia symptom in my lungs, very small, a latin of hair. But
Right.
doctor never see the report, X-ray. doctor support always. Like he said, nothing is there. You are fine. You are very young. Don't worry. You are absolutely fine. You will going home in 4 5 days. Don't worry. Just think about good thinking. Nothing worried about you. Everything is perfect. And I was walking around in corridor, just informing like wear a mask and
Right.
walk wherever. I've seen the many doctors also admitted in the same floor in the same hospital. So we communication each other. We talking to someone. We going to another room.
Mm.
We sharing everything. I've seen many people. There is a young girl, 21 years. She's 21-year old. I think she is in FI become somewhere, and she was writing and everything. Mega, what are you doing actually? Again, my exam is coming. I'm like, don't worry, you will pass.
So you were supporting each other as well in the ward. I mean,
Yes,
nurses,
yes,
doctors, and the patients supporting. So it formed a very good network, which was very powerful, right?
yes.
Kritika, now that you are completely healed and out of this whole experience, how do you think it has left you physically and mentally? What has been your takeaway?
Okay, so after experiencing COVID, and I've been feeling a lot of muscle weakness still. Like if I try to lift up a full plate of food, also, then I start feeling a bit of pain in my arms. So, I still need to recover physically and mentally. I think it has only made me more stronger
Hmm.
because when in the period of when you need to be with your family and you're isolated from them, you really need to be just with yourself and still recovering, still maintaining that peace of mind and that keeping that faith alive that you will be fine and your family members would be safe too. Yeah.
Right, right. So it's very strange that we take so many things, regular things for granted. You know, when we are healthy and when we fall sick, we realize the importance, be it your own strength or the family support. So this is
Yeah.
one takeaway from this talk, that do not take anything or anybody for granted and express your gratitude. Gratitude is a very powerful emotion, and that really helps in tiding over many difficult situations in life. What about you, Sunil? How has this episode left you physically, mentally, emotionally?
Physically, I'm still recovering. I have few issues still. Like my body hair is falling still, and I have my uric acid is little increases. It's around 8.5. So I have little swelling in my finger, foot finger. Rest everything is fine. I'm okay. Everything is fantastic. Uh, Thank to God. I'm praying God like you have saved me. Like I thought in a positive way. Like on 5th of June was my birthday, so I got the another chance. I got another life. So I want to request each and everyone. Uh, COVID is not a big thing. You can recover as soon as possible. Think positive. Don't think too much of COVID, but don't take it very lightly also as well. Because I've seen many people, they are not without, not wearing a mask. They're not taking care of it, not washing hand properly. I was doing everything before what I was to do, but still I get infected. So it is not too like dangerous, but take it a precaution way. Take precaution, everything, you will be fine. Nothing to worry about it.
Right. So being positive is something that definitely will help you to get out of this situation, or any situation for that matter. If you keep thinking of the problem will increase. But if you think solution oriented manner. So Sunil, belated happy birthday. I know that the gift that universe gave you was the report which said that you're positive. Uh, how did you celebrate your birthday?
Thank you, Dr. Adi, for belating happy birthday for to me. But uh, when I got my report on 5th of June, that day was my birthday, and I admitted to hospital. I like to share something. Uh, my wife, she never bake a cake. She never do all the baking, all this thing. She she specially baked the cake at the day, and when I was in the hospital, after 5 or 6, when I came out from the ICU, uh, I told a sister and doctor also as well, you're taking so much of blood from my hand. It's already 10 bottle of this much size. And they're taking the blood from my hand. It was paining. I said, ma'am, today is my birthday. Let me save my day. at least a day at least. So doctor said, "It's your birthday." Well, I did not had my lunch also. I just came there directly to here. So doctor and the sister, you can't believe they have brought some dark fantasy biscuit and the candle on the top. Okay, and they celebrated to me over there and said, "You take a rest." Then, as a gift, the vitamins which is giving to my hand as a saline. So they started all. And from when I went from ICU, I went up to a normal ward same day. My wife called me up and said, "There is a surprise for you. You just check." No, what surprise? I don't have anything right now. So she told me that you will get in a few minutes. Don't worry. So a guy came from down in a bag. There is a homemade cake from Oreo biscuit she made for me. I know, Kritika, you know how to do all these things, baking. I was not knowing about it.
Yeah.
She learned from YouTube how to make a home cake from Oreo biscuit. Like big, it's like half kg of cake with nice jams on top with that and some dairy milk crusted on top. Very nicely she presented.
So
I
what an
very
amazing birthday you had, Sunil. I mean, think about it. Though you were by universe said that okay, you're COVID positive, but think about the gifts that came your way. That so many people who, I mean, doctors and nurses were pretty much strangers to you. You didn't know them from before, yet they created this beautiful moment for you, this beautiful memory, which I don't think you will ever forget. I mean, this is something that is just so beautiful. I think you had a very unique experience and a gift on your birthday, right? A new lease of life, literally.
I forgot my marriage life, but this thing I never forget.
Don't say that, you'll get in trouble. I think she did a beautiful job as well. First time she baked a cake for you. So that is an amazing gift that you received. And we all should be grateful for that. And once again, belated birthday wishes from me and the entire team of Aditya Birla. Sorry. And from the entire team of Aditya Birla Health Insurance. So we bless you with many, 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 many more years and hope you enjoy each birthday with even more gusto than this one. Then it's definitely going to help you. Now, you know, many people are really worried about their job, their salaries, the business, because this whole thing has caused a lot of uncertainty. And having health insurance definitely gives some peace of mind, right? But Kritika, firstly you, and then Sunil, of course, then if I may ask the same question to you, is that were you worried about the expenses? How did you manage through this whole process? And how did health insurance help you?
Okay, so yes, in the beginning I was worried because initially I did not know if I would be under home quarantine or would I be hospitalized. And I've been reading a lot of articles wherein I got to know that hospitals are charging a bomb during this time. um, they should not be charging so much because this is a pandemic, and it's everybody's helpless and their finances are all shattered, and it's a very bad situation people are in, but they are charging a lot. But luckily for me, I was only under home quarantine throughout my treatment, so insurance didn't really come into the picture. But I know for people who have been getting severe symptoms and who need to be hospitalized, it's one of the major concerns.
Right. What about you, Sunil? Since you were in the hospital.
Yeah, I just opened. I have insurance of Aditya Birla Medical, and in 2018 I just started because I faced problem with the kidney stone. So I did the scopy. That time my medical was not there. Then I realized medical is a very important thing in life. So we should carry a medical. And yeah, like how Kritika said, like this time they're charging like a bomb. It's not a bomb, it's a nuclear weapon. They're charging the hell. Like normal people can't afford also in going for a private hospital.
Right.
uh, Still my wife as a teacher in St. Xavier's, so she has a good link in Bombay Hospital. So we one of the director she know very well. So like he helped me out for the bed and for the medical. Uh, there is a doctor Deepika Lawrence in Aditya medical terms. So she helped me a lot. She helped me like she update me every day, like what are the budget they have given to me, like what the process is going thing. Instead of that, she was also asking me the health of mine, like
Hmm.
very good like we're not from each other, no, we are not knowing each other very well, but still she was worried about me, like you are okay now sir, you are doing well, you are how you're recovering, everything was she was asking. But after that it's feel like little good, like in the first case when I got COVID in my first building, the first case, so we all are very worried, like this is the first situation what we are facing right now. But
Right.
after getting a second case, third case, fourth case, so we are normal. Like now we know what the precaution we have to take it.
Right.
After that, yes, the medical team has did very good job. It's a part now. It's a part like how the mobile is a part of life. Same thing. The medical also it should be a part of the life.
Absolutely, very well said, Sunil. Because when one falls sick and one goes through any disease, not only COVID, the worry is there about the health. The worry is if it's a contagious disease and whether you're infecting the family members. On top of that, if you have financial worry, that's something that you really don't want to face during that period. So
Right.
having health insurance definitely takes care. So the financial worry part is taken care of. So then you can really focus on feeling better, on feeling positive and spreading the positivity even with your family members, so that the family is not burdened with the illness as well as with the finances. That's a very good thing that both of you have shared, that take care of yourself. And the way to build muscle is when you are all right, so that you can use that, whatever steps you take, when it's required. So that's a very very good thing. So Kritika, what would be your message to everybody, to all our viewers who are on this chat?
Yeah, my biggest advice would be that people really need to work on their immunity, because having a good immunity would not give you a guarantee that you won't be impacted with COVID. But the severe symptoms which COVID has, like a lot of breathing issue, and it'll impact you more severely if your immunity is low. So you really need to have a good healthy lifestyle, eat good food, fresh fruits and vegetables. They need to go low on sugary drinks and maida and stuff like that, unhealthy outside junk food, and just do your best in maintaining a good immunity level, so that even if you get infected sometime in the future, I just pray that you won't ever get infected with this, but even if you do, the impact won't be that severe and that critical.
So prevention in that sense is better than getting the
Yeah.
disease and then fighting it. But if you do, then it's best to have your immunity in place so that the fight becomes in your favor. So thank you, Kritika, for sharing that. Sunil, you are closely related with food. I mean, you're dealing with food day in and day out. What is your message? How should the food pattern change so that the immunity becomes stronger?
I suggest to have more of protein, more of carbohydrate, more of potassium, more of fruits, and try to have more of liquid.
Right.
Fruit juices, beetroot juice, uh, egg white. If you're taking 2 eggs, take one whole eggs. Another egg should be only the egg white, not a yolk. It will give the vitamin D also. It will give the more of protein.
Right.
Food should be not too heavy. Should
Hmm.
should be very light. Uh, but it should be healthy food, not too oily food, not too much of like not eating excess food. Like we have to improve our immunity power, so you people are eating, not to have all these things.
That's a myth, isn't it? That okay, if you want to become stronger, eat more. It's not like that.
Yeah, yeah.
The quality
People are not,
matters, not the quantity.
people are not taking so seriously about the diet food. Like if people suggest, for example, you take a banana, if two banana, if you take it's good. If you take 4 banana, it's like a one whole meal.
Yeah,
No need to have a food, because
yeah,
as a doctor you also know how much the food the banana has everything.
absolutely.
So yeah, so like have in a limited amount, have dry fruits, have walnut, have raisin, good protein, good everything, vitamins, minerals. uh, your food diet should be not too heavy, not too light, but should be like we have kada, like kada you can have like dalchini or black pepper, jaggery. This is a good thing. Your and my suggestion, you take 2 time of steam, water steam. you take a steam,
Hmm.
which helps you clear your lungs, your throat, everything. If you
Yeah.
have virus stuck over here, if you're taking 2 time of steam, water steam, it will be clear everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kritika, you've been doing some breathing exercises. You want to share the importance of those?
Yes. So when you start having breathing issues, it's really suffocating. You can't even speak normally. Like my doctor, I was getting a lot of calls from my friends to, just check on me that was I doing okay or not. And because I was totally isolated in one room for 3 weeks, I really felt like talking to them. But whenever I, took a call and I, was speaking to them, I realized that I'm not very comfortable in talking. So I spoke to my doctor and he told me, he suggested me that I'm not supposed to talk too much during that period. And then I realized that I need to get over this thing because it's really frustrating and suffocating, because breathing is such a natural process. You don't even get to know consciously that you're breathing in your daily life, because it happens so naturally and comfortably. But at that time it was very uncomfortable for me. So then I resorted to some breathing exercises. I used to do anulom vilom around 50 times each side. And I started doing Simha Kriya, which specifically works on increasing your lung capacity. So that eventually, slowly, I developed, more resistance, and, I was able to breathe comfortably after that.
Right. So this is another takeaway message for all the viewers, that don't wait for the disease to happen to start breathing exercises. Start now. It hardly takes 5 to 10 minutes. And by doing these breathing exercises, you're building your lung capacity and you will feel like you're in control. We take breathing for granted. Again, very important not to do that. Most of us do not use our entire lung capacity. We pretty much do shallow breathing. So start observing your breath from today, and do some pranayams, some breathing techniques that you feel comfortable with, be it for 5 minutes, be it for 10, it will definitely help in your immunity, and you will feel better, you will feel fresher because there's more oxygen going in. So Kritika, if there is one last message that you want to give to our viewers, what would that be?
Yeah, so along with maintaining your immunity levels, you really need to calm your mind right now, because all around you, if you switch on the news channel, if you read the newspaper, even if you go on social media, mostly everybody is talking in a very panicky manner. They're trying to create havoc around COVID because it's pandemic. Naturally, that havoc would be in your mind. But now, if it's upon your head and you have to deal with it, you need to deal with it, even if you panic or you keep yourself calm. So if your state of mind is peaceful and calmer, then you will be able to deal with it in a better manner, in an effective manner. And if you get affected with COVID, you will be able to come out of it even at a more fast pace. So please calm your minds, do things that make you happy, follow your hobby. Right now you have all the time to do things which you weren't able to do with your busy lives earlier. So just do all the things that calm you, and try to be in a positive state of mind.
Thank you so much. And what about you, Sunil? What would your last message be to the viewers?
My last message, like, don't think about too much of COVID. Think only the positive thing. Change your food diet. Start doing gym or yoga, whatever you feel good. But at least do 5 to 10 minutes as a breathing exercise, which is very good, because I'm doing from last 2 weeks and I feel better.
Mhm.
And start doing yoga, your food diet, your gym. Uh, Start following your hygiene purpose. Everything should be neat and clean. Wash your hand properly. Think positive thing, and be with your family. If it is necessary, then only you go outside. Otherwise, please be at home only and be safe.
And don't forget to look at your health insurance. See to it that you are covered, so that, God forbid, if something has to go wrong, you do not have the pressure of handling the financial worry at the same time, because you do want to focus on becoming better, right? So thank you so much, Kritika and Sunil, for joining us today and sharing your experience. I'm sure listening to your experiences, many people out there will feel, hush, this is something that we can handle, because like Kritika said, that there is so much negativity and there's so much panic given the situation, that it's very difficult for anybody to digest. That what if we all pretend that, okay, this is not going to happen to me, but here we have these two warriors who've gone through it and have said that Even if like Kritika didn't even step out, yet she got the infection. So it can happen to anybody. However, it is important to take care of yourself, build your immunity, be strong, and get that health insurance which will take care of you with your financial worry once again. So thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Aditi.